right there.
That is a very good start.
Down at the 33-yard line. First down, Ravens.
All right, so it'll be first down as the Ravens offense looks to get rolling here, and your Rapids defense looks to come and set the tone very early here, Drew.
Absolutely. This is a Rapids team that is not afraid to make its presence known, and I think that's exactly what they're going to try to do in this first drive.
Absolutely. 4 turnovers last week. We get started here. It's going to be a handoff to start up the middle, and he is going to get tackled for a loss. Big tackle there by Big Dustin Dye.
Absolutely.
And number 1.
Making his presence known. An amazing shot through the gap, getting to the running back early and making sure that man moves backwards.
Absolutely, and that'll bring up second down here for the Rapids. And like I said, that defense wants to set the tone very early, and that is a nice start right there. As we said, getting ready for second down. 1 man in the backfield. And referee's going to blow a whistle. So we take a pause. Oh, and it looks like we're having an issue. We don't have a down marker. So we'll get that figured out. While we are going to figure out our down marker, while we have a second, I want to give a shout out to the Tiki Underground, located on Fun Street in Cuyahoga Falls. Tiki Underground brings a fun and unique atmosphere to our community with island-inspired vibes, tropical cocktails, and delicious small bite plates. Visit Tiki Underground for a taste of paradise. No passport required.
Yeah, we're back at home now. So listen, right after the game, I can head right over.
Absolutely. And we want to give a shout out to the comments. Yes, we are upgraded this week. Camera work already better. We appreciate the progress. We appreciate that love. We are working on it. We got a nice camera in today. A big shout out to our guy over Romel Thorpe, our guy over at the 216 Sports Network, for giving us his camera today as we work on getting ours. And a big shout out to little bro who's manning the camera today while also doing the broadcast.
Listen, I'm a man of many talents. I like to do both jobs.
Absolutely. So second down here for the Ravens. 3 wide receivers near side. So motion. And quarterback's going to drop back to pass out into the flat. Quick completion. And he's going to bring it out for probably about a first down. That's a good tackle there. In by Boom Lumbus and Dustin Dye.
Gain of 10 on the play. First down, Ravens.
As we see, this Ravens team not afraid to throw the football. The Lima team last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, really tried to stick to that run game, really couldn't get anything going. This Ravens team can pass the ball.
Yes, they can. They can pass the ball and they can run. They do both very, very well. As it's first down here for the Ravens. And he's going to drop back to pass again, and he's going to go deep, and he's got a wide receiver wide open, and he drops it. Wow, Drew. Ravens, they like to strike quick. They like to get points on the board, and they had a big opportunity there, and they dropped it.
Absolutely. That is a massive relief for the Rapids. Kind of got caught looking into the backfield, kind of went over the top on them. Now, got to have to reset. Make sure you're not sending too many guys out there.
And I know for a fact, Coach Jordan Patterson, defensive coordinator, not going to be happy with that. And I can already see he was doing a little bit of coaching there in between plays. And that's number 5. That's Anthony Spooney on that side. I know Spooney won't be happy with that. Spooney had 3 interceptions last week. I know for a fact he's not going to be happy that he blew that coverage there. Definitely look to improve on that.
Absolutely. This team is very, very good. No offense to Lima, but this is another class of team this Rapids team has to deal with.
Absolutely. And it's going to be handoff up the middle. And once again, nothing there. So as we see, and this is one of the things for the Ravens, as another tackle there in by number 0, Boom Lumbus. Boom Lumbus, who's been playing for a while now, his 4th year on the semi-pro level. A shout out to his kids, Boom Jr., Bailey Jade, Baby Jade, and Isabella. as this is going to bring up a big third down here for the Rapids. And listen, they took the shot and they missed it. The Ravens did. Here is an opportunity for the Rapids to get off the field with no damage done.
Absolutely, but you have to make sure that you stop these receivers. They are big, they are athletic, and they are going to get to the ball. So you got to meet them at the line. You got to make them uncomfortable.
Ooh, and the Rapids jumped, but bit of a false start possibly. Nope, we're going to have encroachment. Rapids jumped there. So Ravens kind of changing up the snap count there, trying to catch an aggressive Rapids defense, and they caught them there.
Yes, it's a very, very veteran play call right there, making sure that these guys are staying back. They're not jumping the snap count. This is what you're going to get from this Ravens team. It's a lot of experience here.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Ravens offense. And he's going to be back to pass again here on 3rd down. He's going to throw it out in the flat. It's going to be caught, and he's going to be wrapped up with a major gang tackle there by the Rapids. It's going to be very, very close. He did look short to me. Oh, but they're going to give him a 1st down there. But still, I like that out of the Rapids defense. He got the ball out quickly, but multiple guys to the ball at once, making sure there was no yards after catch.
No, absolutely. However, this is going to be the Ravens game. They're trying to make their presence known on the run. It's not happening right now, but these quick, short passes, making them creep up until eventually they're going to try another long shot again.
And when you have a defensive line like ours with Big Dustin Dye and Rocky Johnson and Jordan Davis and Jamal, it's hard to run on us, as they are going to run it to the outside now, and he's going to be wrapped up with a big tackle there.
Second down and 9.
It'll be number 2 in on the tackle. Okay, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 here. And this is one of the things that the Rapids wanted to try to do no matter what, was wear this offense out, try to make sure they're putting long drives together and they're going away from the big plays. As we've got some motion across, and he's going to fake that. He's going to throw it out to the sideline again. A little wide receiver screening. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get out to about the 30-yard line before he's brought down by multiple Rapid members of the defense. So right now, if you're the Ravens, the big play missed. The running game isn't working, but the quick screen game, those quick outs to that wide receiver, that's moving the ball down the field right now.
Absolutely, and that is what the Ravens are going to do. They're going to do bubble screens. We've been told they're going to do fake bubble screens as well, so watch out for those play action plays. This is a team that likes to make this defense move around, get kind of out of position that they're not normal to, and make chaos happen. And that's exactly what they're taking advantage of right now.
Absolutely, as it's 1st down here at the 30. We've got about 10 minutes left. I apologize for that. And he's going to take a shot down the middle, and it's going to be caught. Yes, it's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. I do apologize. We have the score update, but we do not have the clock running today. Only a 2-man crew here today. But that's about 9:58 here left in the 1st quarter. Ravens driving. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Now, this Rapid defense doing a little bit bending, not breaking quite yet. We'll see if they can hold and either force a field goal or potentially maybe force a turnover and get off the field. Four wide receivers, one in the backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out of into the outside. Nope, it's going to be incomplete. Tried that little out route fade. Well covered.
Incomplete pass.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Well, 2nd and goal from the 5. So, yeah, the game clock, it's going to sit at 0. Unfortunately, don't have the ability to man that today, but and Drew, as we get ready here, Memorial Day weekend, I want to give a big shout out to all of our military service men and women. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to try to break a couple tackles. He looks like he's going to be tackled there at about the 2 or 3 yard line. It's going to bring up
Third down and goal.
And yes, it's going to bring up a massive third down here. Rapids are going to look.
Let's hear you. It's third down.
Rapids going to look to hold best they can here. Like I said, they of course during the game with Lima, they were able to pretty much not even be bent, let alone bend but not break. But a chance here to make a play. Ravens are going to set up. 4 wide receiver set, running back in the backfield with his quarterback. And he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to make a quick throw to the outside. It's going to be incomplete. No flags on the play. And Drew, this Rapids defense may just get out of here, as we'll check what the play call is.
Well, it looks like they're going for it on fourth down.
Okay. 4th and goal. Ravens going to go for it. Not sure I like the call, but I don't know about their kicker situation, so I can't really be critical there if they don't have a kicker.
I will say also, if you're a team like the Ravens, you want to make a statement early on in this game that you are going to do what you want, and that starts with a 4th down.
Absolutely. So big drive here to start. 4th down and about 2. Motion to the top of your screen. And he's going to hand it off the middle. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. And the Rapids are going to turn it over on downs. Way to be on this Rapids defense, Drew.
On downs, Rapids ball.
As I get a little excited up here in the broadcast, sorry. But Drew, they did not break.
No, that was an absolute amazing goal line stand. You were getting beat with the pass early on, but you stuck in. You made sure that you did not get moved, and you held them down.
Absolutely. Now, for this Rapids offense, pin back deep, but an opportunity here to put together a drive. The offensive line was working very well against Lima, as Jordan Jones, QB1, Monte Taylor in. And they are fired up on this Rapid sidelines, as they should be.
But now is an equally hard part, getting out of the back of your own end zone.
Absolutely. So I apologize. I take that back. That is going to be Monte Taylor in at quarterback, Rob Graves in at wide receiver, fullback in with them as well. Oh, and we've got a flag on the play. Monte's going to get out and scramble for a couple yards. But we do have a flag on the play. We will check that. It does appear like we're going to have a false start on our Rapids. And yeah, and I agree in the comments, that Rapids defensive line is what you have to stop. It is a big, massive defensive line. Very well seasoned, championship heavy. And they're going to be something to deal with. Now, let's see if this Rapids offense can get rolling after the false start there. Oh, my. And Rapids having some confusion here.
Yeah, this is something that needs to kind of get fixed. They're going to be able to get out of their own end zone here. Not a great start.
Quickly. And, yep, well, it looks like we're going to take a timeout.
Yes.
All right. So, a lot of confusion here to start. First game here at home. I mean, I don't want to be very critical, but
Rapids.
a little disappointing that we're coming out of a drive. We have plenty of time to get it together. So, coaching staff will huddle. I know for a fact, Coach Nate Hose, Coach Savon Gibson, your offensive coordinator, a little chewing out, and then we will get rolling.
Yeah, listen, this is a offense that maybe isn't absolutely a juggernaut in terms of moving the ball and kind of getting it running. But when that run game is working, it is very, very deadly. Very, very fast, strong running backs that run behind this offensive line and can get chunk plays basically whenever they want.
Ran for over 230 yards last week. 2 weeks ago against Lima. 99 of it alone from running back Rob Graves. As we come out of the timeout. And as I said, we have Monte Taylor in at quarterback, Rob Graves in the backfield. Number 7 in at fullback, Elijah Bracey, our other running back. And more confusion on this Rapid sideline. Running another player on late. So we get set for first down here. It'll be handoff, and he's going to be hit. And I do believe, yes, that's going to be a safety. He's going to be hit in the backfield and tackled for a loss there in the end zone. And Drew, not the start that this Rapids offense wanted to see. Multiple issues just getting plays on. And then the first play that they do run, a negative play that puts points on the board for the Ravens.
Yeah, not a great start as you start to see that this Rapids offense, while it can move the ball, definitely has some work to do in terms of communication and just being in sync with each other, because the talent's there. They just got to get it all moving forward together.
Yeah. And there's a bit of arguing going on here on the sideline. The offense is kind of trying to get it together. The defense has rallied, but now this offense and Coach Nate Hose and Coach Eric Martineau are going to bring them over, and they're going to get it together. I do believe that, because that's not how they want to start whatsoever. Yep, and I can actually hear it down here. Guys telling guys, get their heads up. We're going to be okay. And we talked about it. We were talking about it in the parking lot. It's a 4-quarter game. Things are going to happen. They're not necessarily going to go our way like they did in the Lima game. They've got to just stay together.
Absolutely.
So Rocky Moss will get set to punt it away here after the safety. And this Rapids defense is going to look to come out and once again stop them from getting on the scoreboard. It's going to be kicked away. He's going to pick it up about the 40, and he's going to return it out. He's going to switch field, and he's got to hold up the middle, but he's going to be tackled there, and he's going to be stopped, and he's going to be tackled at about the 42-yard line. And that's where the Detroit Ravens will take over. And as I was talking about, apologize for that. We got 8:17 left in the first quarter. And I do got to agree with Ray. The simple mistakes that cannot be made against this kind of team.
Brought down at the 42-yard line.
We'll move on, as the team did. So we get rolling here. 8:17 in the first quarter. 2-0 Ravens. Drew, same old for this defense. Attack the ball.
I will say, though, while there was a good stop, there needs to be some emphasis on making sure that these receivers cannot get open, cannot make plays like they did in that first drive.
You see the coverage start to kind of tighten up a bit there. Be first down. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to look to take another shot down the field, and it's going to be covered very well. And as we talked about, Anthony Spooney on the coverage completely makes up for it on the first one. And yes, we do know that the clock is not working.
Incomplete pass on the play. Second down.
8 minutes and 10 seconds left. Yes, we are very short-staffed. Ray, whenever you want to get out of the comment section, come join us up here. Run that clock for us, brother. But 8 minutes and 10 seconds left. I'll keep you rolling on that. Second down here. As this Ravens team will spread it out again. 4 wide receivers, 1 running back in the backfield. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw that quick out. And he's going to pick up a first down. A nice clean tackle there. And the tackling is not the issue for the Rapids right now. They're getting into space, and they are able to just pick up small chunks of yardage.
Yeah, this is where your cornerbacks, your safeties, your linebackers have to start reading these receivers' routes, have to watch them come out of their break and make a break on the ball and not be reactive, be proactive in their defending.
Absolutely. So it'll be first down here. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. Wide receiver in motion, and he's going to hand it off there. And he is going to be tackled for a loss. So, same script as the Lima game, the run game not working against this Rapids defense.
Yes, unfortunately though, for that Lima team, they really couldn't get the passing game going. But as we can see for this Detroit team, they are able to make simple completions that are now kind of making the run game moot at this point, this run defense, because you're not able to stop this throwing and passing attack.
Absolutely. Now, second down. Another empty backfield. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen. He's going to drop back to pass. And another quick out there, and he's going to be wrapped up in a nice tackle there.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it for
Absolutely.
Detroit right now. Quick outs, 2-3 yards every possession. If it's working, I don't see why you stop it.
Absolutely. So that's number 44, Doak Walker.
Brought down by number 54, William Grindle. Bringing us another third down.
And on the tackle. Now, another third down here. Another chance to get right off the field and get this offense another opportunity to get rolling again. So we have a quick stoppage in play. Rapids will make a substitution. This big Dustin Dye comes off for a quick sub. So third down here. Rapids looking to get off the field. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured. He's going to break out. And he's going to throw it across. And he's going to find a guy wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. Detroit Ravens march right down the field, Drew. And a couple plays later, they are in the end zone. 4-6.
Yes, this passing game, very, very, very troublesome for this Rapids defense right now. They're going to have to figure out some way to stop this passing attack because I don't think they've made an incompletion other than an errant throw once.
No, not at all. As they'll bring the field goal unit in for the extra point. And that kick is going to be blocked. That's going to be no good. So a good job there by the Rapids. By the Rapids defense there to get a stop. Or I'm sorry, to block the extra point there. A little coming together there. After the extra point, we'll get guys off the field there. Now, Rapids offense down now, 9-0.
We'd like to thank Tiki Underground, one of our Brown Gold sponsors.
Oh, I'm sorry, but missed the extra point. You're correct, Drew. 8-0. Rapids offense looking to try to put some points on the board here. Important to try to at least, if not get some points, Drew, to show that you can move the ball down the field.
Right. You're only down 8. That's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. That's nothing crazy. But you ran one play, and that ended up being a tackle for loss and a safety. So only way to go is up from now.
Absolutely. And while we have a second, I want to give a shout out to CC Property Management Services. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, CC Realty provides trusted local real estate expertise. Thanks to CC Realty for helping building strong communities both on and off the field. Now, the Rapids will get set to return the ball here. Sean Smith Jr., Emmett Calhoun back to receive. And Drew, we're 9 stories up, and we can hear the chirping on both sidelines all the way up here.
Oh, yeah. Listen, both teams are used to pretty much dominating. And so now you kind of have to take it on.
And he's going to pick it up. He's going to take it out past the 40. And Elijah Calhoun is going to make a great little return on that. It was kicked over. Rapids will take over at the 40-yard line, looking to make a move.
First down, Rapids.
So it'll be first down here for your Rapids. Jordan Jones in at quarterback. Rob Graves in at the running back position. Motion coming across. And he's going to throw it out, and it's going to be almost intercepted there. Dangerous pass. Now, the Ravens are trying to claim that it was a backwards pass and a fumble. But it does appear like it'll be second down.
Incomplete pass on the
It was
play.
very, very close to me.
It was close.
I would like to see what the referees are going to discuss here.
Not the way that this Rapids offense wants to get started. Once again. And no, the referees are going to turn their decision over, and they're going to call that a backwards pass that was returned for a fumble and a touchdown and a disastrous start for this Rapids team.
Touchdown Ravens.
Drew, not the way that they've wanted this game to get started at all.
No, that is a very, very awful start to your first two plays as an offense. And now you're sitting on a potential 15-point hole, not even at the end of the first quarter, when you've been the one that's been really getting those, jumping out to those leads.
Absolutely. Now, we've got 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. So now, not all is over. Okay, there's still plenty of game left, but you are starting to dig yourself a hole that at some point will become insurmountable.
Absolutely. Listen, this Rapids team can score both on the offense or the defense, but honestly, at some point, it becomes a matter of motivation. The more and more you go down.
So the Ravens will be back in to attempt another extra point. And that one is good.
The extra point is good.
So,
Ravens 15, Rapids 0.
5 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. 15-0. Ravens up over the Rapids. And it's not, here's the problem. It is not time to throw the playbook out. It is not time to panic, but it is time to kind of get down and get a drive going.
It also seems like potentially the Rapids were trying to get a little cute on those last two drives. Their last game, I really did not see them run a read option bubble screen in the playbook. Maybe they wanted to open up a little bit. But listen, what worked at Lima was running the ball, some misdirection, and then some short throws.
Yeah. And Rapids even having an issue getting guys in on the field goal units. Point out to our commenters, I did notice it. Just all around mental errors, mental mistakes really costing the Rapids right now. But time, plenty of time. Now, sorry, I was listening into our sideline. Rapids will receive the ball here. Another squib kick. It's going to be grabbed by Elijah Calhoun. He's going to break that. He's going to cut it inside, spin, break a couple tackles, get himself out to the 40-yard line. Good way to hang on to the ball now. Now let's see if this Rapids offense can get rolling. Jordan Jones is going to come back in at quarterback. Got Monte Taylor out there as well with him. And I can't repeat all of the words I'm hearing, but there's a word added in to lock in.
Yeah, listen, this is put up or shut up time territory. Both plays have gone absolutely backwards and been very, very detrimental to this Rapids team. Go back to basics, get the ball running, get at least a first down.
And as we set up first down, back to basics, Jordan Jones back in at quarterback, flanked by Monte and Rob Graves, a familiar formation we used against Lima. Sean Smith Jr. is going to come across on the motion. We're going to hand that off to Rob, and Rob's going to cut that outside for very little gain. Actually going to be a loss. But we got the playoff. We're rolling. Okay.
Not a safety and
Yes.
not a fumble return for a touchdown. So, yes, I think that is a net positive if we're talking about not losing points. But
Absolutely.
this Rapids team
Second down to 12.
needs to just start pushing this defensive line of the Ravens, because if they can't, there is nowhere they're going to go but backwards.
Absolutely. So, same formation. Jordan Jones flanked by his 2 running backs, 2 up top, 1 wide receiver down at the bottom of your screen. He's going to take the snap. We're going to drop back here. He's going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be caught by Rob Graves, who's going to try to break a couple tackles. May have lost a yard there, but now we're moving. And it does it. Oh, Rob's going to get helped up there. He's good to go.
Hey, listen, I know he was trying to get some more yards there, but sometimes you just got to fall forward and not try to do too much. That hit looked pretty big. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Pass completed to number 26, Ron Green.
So this will bring up third down.
10.
Monte in at quarterback. Big Boom Lumbus checking in at running back. Ravens showing pressure. Boom's going to take that handoff. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to try to push it up, and he's going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And this Ravens defense showed up to play as well. They do not break, and they will force a 3 and out.
Yes, not a great look for the Rapids offense again, as while they didn't turn the ball over, they are going 3 and out. I think this is a time, if you are the Rapids sideline, you need to start talking about getting small plays, getting a couple yards, getting the ball moving. I think some of these plays that we're running, we're looking for first downs automatic. We need to get 4 yards on a play. I think that's what we need to start looking at.
I agree. I maybe even think about taking a page out of that Ravens playbook, getting a couple of quick screens, as they're going to set up the punt here on 4th down. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. 15-0. Ravens up over the Rapids. And they will get the punt away. It's going to be a short punt. Oh, and it's going to be out, caught right at the 50-yard line. And that's where the Ravens will take over. So, Drew, if you're the Ravens, I mean, at this point, you're up 15-0. You're in the first quarter. You were supposed to be in for a very, very tough matchup, and it hasn't turned out like that so far. So for you, if you're on the Ravens side, you got to be all good, yeah.
Oh, you're loving what you're seeing. Your defense is stopping basically any movement and getting points themselves. Your offense, other than the run game, is pretty much moving at will. And so, yeah, if I'm the Ravens, I'm doing exactly what I'm doing the past 2 drives, and that is try to get the run game going, but if that's not working, get those short passes going.
Absolutely. Ravens set up here, first down. Empty backfield. And he's going to hand it off, and he's going to cut it up the middle for a huge gain. And he's going to break it out to about the 35-yard line. And Drew, the one thing that was going for this Rapids defense was they were not giving up anything on the run game. Ravens, a big slash up the middle there.
Yeah, that is a tough look, because I don't think he got touched till he was about 10 yards down the field. And so we are going to see now, is this Rapids team starting to get a little bit of just lack of want in this game already? Because they are getting pretty much bullied the entire time.
Yeah, they are. And this is going to bring up another first down here. And he's going to drop back to pass, throw it across the middle, wide open for a huge gain. He's going to break it, cut to the outside, get into the end zone for a touchdown. Detroit Ravens, another touchdown on the board. Everything going the Ravens' way right now.
Yeah, that is a not a great look for Akron.
The Rapids.
The Rapids. That pretty much just went 1, 2, 3, exactly how that should go.
Absolutely.
And that is a good extra point, as now we see the Ravens lead 22-0 with 1:48 left in the first quarter. Ken, this is pretty much how the Lima game went, but for the Rapids, they really haven't seen this kind of pushback on their team yet. What do you want to see from this Rapids team?
A big thank you.
Well, first of all, it's preseason. Okay, so while this matchup has been hyped, I mean, in the PFL, the rundown is here. Shout out to Chris at the rundown; he's here. I understand that, but it is preseason. This is good. This is good. This is a first-year organization that went out and blanked somebody 46-3 or 7. Sorry, whatever it was. They're getting punched in the mouth right now. They're not happy about it. They're not good. They're not good with it, I should say. Not that we're not good. We are good. They're not good with it, and that's good. It's okay to face some adversity as a first-year organization because we are going to learn from this as well. So, yes, it is 22-0 here in the first quarter. 1 minute, 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Rapids set back to return again. It's going to be squibbed again, a little line drive. It's going to be picked up and returned there. He's going to follow his blockers. He's going to break it out, hang on to that football, and get down to about the 40-yard line. So Rapids offense will take over again from about that 40-yard line. And as they take over, I'd like to take the second to give a shout-out to Rave Pizza and Wings. Shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings, proud gold level sponsor, and the official pizza of the Rapids. Known for their seriously good pizza and big juicy wings, Rave is the go-to spot for game day cravings. We appreciate their support of Rapids football because great football deserves great pizza. First down for the Rapids. 1 minute, 39 seconds left in the first quarter. 22-0. Let's see if this offense can get rolling again. Jordan Jones, Monte Taylor in at running back. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to take a shot down the field, and it's going to be picked off by the Ravens, and he's got nothing but green grass in front of him. He is going to return that to the house for a pick six. As they have some fun in the end zone there.
Intercepted for a touchdown on the play.
And one of the things that was talked about, Drew, and this came from not just ownership with Daniel and Samson Demand, but from the coaching staff on down, was they wanted to see on the field where they stack against this Ravens team. Right now, they're not even on the same. They're not in the stadium with them right now.
No, I think this is a team that potentially had a little bit, maybe too much of an ego. No, I wouldn't say an ego. I would say they took that Lima game, and I think that they wanted to replicate the same kind of movement and they thought it was going to go the same way. And I think that this is a wake up call that this team is a lot better than that Lima team, and that they need to, maybe make some changes to kind of get that going.
Absolutely. Now, what I want to do here on the broadcast is take a second to bring in the third member of our team as the Ravens are going to get set for this extra point. We'll let that. It's going to looks like it's going to be, a false start. Or I'm sorry, encroachment there on the defense. I'm going to bring in our third member of the broadcast. That is Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute, 216 Sports Network. Rico, thank you for joining us in here, man. Rico, not a great first quarter for these Rapids. Down now 28-0. What have you seen down on the sidelines and up in the booth that has led to this?
Honestly, I really just think that what the Ravens are doing is spreading out this defense. They're spreading out this defense. They're finding open holes in the zone coverage, and they're just taking what the defense gives them.
Yeah.
It's almost like a smash and grab. You just find the open target, and it's just touchdown. But then at the same time, the Rapids, too many mental errors, too many offsides calls, too many penalties.
Not enough men on the field.
Not enough men on the field.
And I really like the smash and grab analogy, because literally the Ravens weren't able to run the ball at first, so they were throwing quick screens. The quick screen didn't work. The run then worked. They're doing whatever the defense is giving them. They're taking, and they're taking it forcefully.
Definitely taking it forcefully. I think personally, if you just maybe add go with a dime package, just add an extra DB, in there to, plug up some of these open holes. I think, you might be on to something, but it's really just the mental errors and
for the offense. Now, the offense has not gotten rolling at all either. What do you want to see in the offense? You want to see them kind of more of a pound that running game, or do you want to see them kind of maybe try to take some quick shots?
I want to see them kind of try to take some quick shots. Number one, I really want to see, because this defense is just flying to the ball.
Yes.
It seems like every time they get the ball, defense is just flying there, like sort of reminiscent of that early Ravens defense, no pun intended.
Yes.
In Baltimore, but definitely try to run up the gut, see what you can find, up the gut.
As we're having an issue with the ball staying placed there for the kickoff. Well, thank you, Rico McGee. I appreciate you joining us here. We're going to check back in with Rico, maybe closer to halftime, if not for sure after halftime. Rico, I thank you for joining us. Rico, give the plug.
Yes, sir. You can find me on the Rulers Minute 216 on YouTube. Thank you guys for all your support, and go Rapids.
All right. So he'll hold the ears. We'll get set for the kickoff. That ball will be away. It's going to be caught. Sean Smith Jr. there on the line drive. He's going to reverse field, and he's going to cut it up to the middle. And he'll be tackled there about the 38-yard line, and this Rapids offense will take over, and we'll see if they can get a little bit of momentum. 1:17 left in the first quarter, 29-0.
Yeah, I know I said when it was 15-0, it's a put up or shut up moment, but I think this right now is a put up or shut up moment. You are pretty much down an enormous amount in the first quarter. You need to just show something that you are able to move this ball at some level without turning the ball over or letting up points.
Absolutely. More confusion. And another timeout.
Timeout, Rapids.
So more frustration.
This is going bad from worse here, I think, for the Rapids, as they're not even able to get a play call off right now.
Absolutely. And we'd like to give a big shout out to Shaw Auto Care, one of our Gold Lever sponsors and trusted name in keeping vehicles running smoothly. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, Shaw Auto Care delivers honest, reliable service. And just like the Rapids, they're always ready to go the extra mile.
How much the late Lenora Vanilla, whose passionate connection brought us together. She was the spark behind this collaboration, and her warmth and generosity will never be forgotten. This season, we play in her honor. We're grateful for the legacy she left behind.
All right. So we'll get your Rapids offense rolling here in first down. Looks like we have Monte Taylor in at quarterback. Emmett Calhoun in at running back. And he's going to pitch it out. And he's going to cut it up the middle. And he's going to break out for a nice gain. Nice tackle there, but he's going to get a nice gain of about 5 or 6 there. And that's what we're talking about, Drew. Get some positive momentum going. Get moving downhill.
Yes, absolutely, because you get those gains and suddenly third down becomes 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, not these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 10s where you only have 3 or 4 plays in the playbook that are going to get you that yardage.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up 2nd down here. It's going to be another handoff. And Monte's actually going to keep it in reverse field, make a couple men miss, and get out. He's going to break more tackles. They are not bringing him down. And Monte Taylor with a big play for the Rapids out to about the 28-yard line. And this is what we're talking about, the electric run game of the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids.
Absolutely. Listen, that is what we know this Rapids team can do. They can break tackles, they can move outside of the sticks, and they can make people miss and get big yardage. This is something that we've seen them do against Lima, and this is the first time we've actually seen them today do that.
Yes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. A nice little momentum push there. This game is not over with yet, but as we do bring it to the end of the first quarter, 29-0, Ravens over the Rapids.
The Rapids 0.
As Rico McGee leaves the booth, give him a shout out. Thank you for joining us. We'll have Rico come in again, our 3rd member. And you see it on the sideline. There's a bit of excitement there. I know that's fine. And if you're not a Rapids fan in the comments and you laugh about the 29-0, that's fine. Your mama. But 29-0. There is time for this Rapids team to put it together and to be able to mount a comeback. Chip away a little bit at a time.
Yeah, but I also have to think that quote-unquote comeback cannot be on their mind. What you have to do is say the score is 0-0. We
Win
have
the quarter.
Play our game, drive the drive, play to play our game, and get points. Because then you have enough time to come back, but you have to make sure that you are not focusing on the score gap. You have to focus on what you can control.
Absolutely. So we'll flip field as the Rapids offense takes over here. Monte Taylor in, still at quarterback. Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. Oh, we got a whistle. Oh, as we try to get the clock set. Not our clock, the clock here in the stadium. Our guy Austin over there doesn't just man the soundboard and the PA, but has to man the clock himself as he's trying to get it all situated. That'll give me a second to give a shout out to the Ranello Legacy Group. We're honored to have them as a gold level sponsor, specializing in empowering financial freedom. The Ranello Legacy Group so that individuals and families plan for their future with confidence. We want to acknowledge the late Lenora Ranella, whose passion and connection brought us together, the Rapids and the Ranella Legacy Group. She was the spark behind that collaboration, and her warmth and generosity will never be forgotten. This season, we play in her honor, and we are grateful for the legacy that she left behind. So we're having just a bit of an issue with the clock. Oh, there we go. Austin's got us all set. Start of the second quarter here, 29-0. And we're going to have a handoff, and Emmett's going to take it. He's going to take it for a 5-yard gain. And as I said, this Rapids offense is now starting to move the ball a bit. A shaky first quarter, shaky couple possessions, but it looks like the rust has been shaken off, and now we're rolling.
No, absolutely. I think this is a thing where the Rapids have to realize they're not going to bully this Ravens team. They are going to have to chip away and just make sure that they play the game that they want to play. And it will fall into place because this team is talented enough to play with this team. They just have to respect their opponent and play against them, not just with themselves.
Pause. All right, sets up 2nd down and 5. Monte staying in here at quarterback. Once again, flanked by Emmett. And he's going to fake the handout. He's going to roll, and he's going to break. Try to break a couple tackles. Ooh, he's going to try to throw that ball in. It was almost picked off. Bit of a dangerous play.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I know he tried to do everything he could do, but sometimes you just got to be able to chalk off that loss and not almost throw an interception on your first pretty good drive of the game.
Absolutely. So it brings up a big third down for the Rapids offense. Okay, it's going to be about 3rd and 4. Two wide receivers to the top of your screen. One down at the bottom. Monte's going to take it. He's going to pitch it out. It's going to be fumbled. Emmett will dive on it. He's going to pick it up. But a drive that started well is going to kind of stall out here. It is going to be 4th down.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate end to this promising drive, but I want to say that drive showed some promise to this team. They show that they can move the ball, that they're able to get this run game going, and then eventually they're going to get in the end zone.
Absolutely. So 12 minutes, 49 seconds, 12 minutes, 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Rapids are going to punt here. Ravens are going to get the ball back. And they're going to look to put more points on the board. Rocky's going to be in the punt. He's going to get that way on the way. That's a great punt. It's going to take a good bounce. And, yeah, they're going to pin them back at about the 6-7 yard line. So good job by the special teams. So, Drew, we had a bit of issue with the special teams in the first game. Special teams, can't lie, is the unit that had showed up for the Rapids today with a block extra point and a great punt there to pin the Ravens offense back. Let's see if this Rapids defense can respond. It is kind of tough to be on the field consistently like they have been. Even as talented as this defense is, it does need a rest every once in a while.
Correct, but there was an end of quarter.
Yes.
The Rapids did move the ball some, so there is some rest that defense gets. I think that while there wasn't a score, there is some motivation back on this defense, and I think if any position is going to jumpstart this Rapids team, it's going to be this defense.
Absolutely. A lot of talent. Spooney, Doak, Mike, Mark Hale. Your defensive line, like I said, with Dustin and Jamal and Josh Davis and Dustin Dye, Sham, Stash. It is a very talented defense. So it'll be 1st down for the Ravens. They're going to fake the handoff, and he's going to throw it out into the flat again there, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. And, it's not broken, and they're not fixing it. These quick outs to these wide receivers, the Rapids defense has not been able to adjust to it, and because of that, they're continuing to run it.
Absolutely, and listen, they are basically telling this Rapids team, stop it.
Absolutely. So we set up 2nd down. Motion across. Coming down to the bottom of your screen. And he's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to slip up and fall, and the Rapids are going to get a negative play there on defense. I'm going to wrap him up in the backfield. So with 11 minutes approaching here in the second quarter, 2nd and 6.
Rapids fans, let's hear you. It's 3rd down.
Well, I was corrected by our PA announcer. It's 3rd down, not 2nd down. So just under 11 minutes ticking away. Second quarter, 3rd down and 7, and a chance for this defense to flip this field and give the offensive ball with a chance to put points on the board.
Absolutely, but listen, this team can throw, and so that is what you struggle with defending all game. So this is going to be very, very big for this team.
Corner's got to be looking for that quick throw. Oh, and the Rapids are going to jump there. Yep. And a costly penalty there, bro.
Absolutely. I think that the Rapids on this one, they got a little too excited. But it is still 3rd down. They still are able to get the stop here if they can, but it is going to make it a lot more difficult.
It's third down.
So this should bring about 3rd and about 2. And as we'll respond to some of those comments, yeah, they've set up Streamer University here at Akron, Drew. I'm old, so I don't know who any of those guys are, but 3rd down here is going to be back to pass, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be caught for a 1st down out to about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not going to date myself here. I think that, they give a lot of entertainment. I just think that a university teaching people to be charismatic is a very interesting proposition. I don't know if I would partake. But you never know. I'll have to. Maybe I should attend a class or two because it's so close. I did just get out of college, but maybe I can go back for a little bit.
Go back for a little bit. So it'll be 1st down here for the Ravens. Going to hand it off up the middle. Oh, and it's going to be... No, I'm sorry. I saw a helmet and thought it was the football, but he's going to be tackled for no gain.
It's okay. The cameraman also thought that the helmet was the football, and so it's very possible that it was.
And it looks like we do have an injured Rapids player. Looks like that's number 4, Mark Hale. Hopefully Mark's okay. So I have a second. Give a shout out to eXp Realty, Brian Garl Homes, another Gold Lover sponsor for your Rapids. Brian brings one-of-a-kind mix of marketing with years of real estate experience and a genuine passion for helping clients reach their goals. Whether it's finding the perfect home or building lasting relationships, Brian's mission is about making an impact, not just making a sale. We're proud to have him supporting the Rapids and all our impactful missions this season. As the training staff is attending to Mark. And we're back. And that's going to be linebacker number 4, Mark Hale, who's going to be helped off by his teammates to be intended to by the training staff. All our best to Mark. We hope he's okay. This is Rapids defense. We'll get ready for a 2nd down. He's going to hand off up the middle. He's going to break and cut through the middle, and he's going to be finding open field, and he's going to be gone for a big gain here. Now he's going to break it down to the sideline, cut back around, dancing and moving before he's finally tackled out at about the 12-yard lines. A huge gain on the run there.
That was a very, very impressive run. Sorry about that, some technical difficulties.
And yes, we were muted there for a second.
But yeah, no, a very, very impressive run. And honestly, credits also all the other Ravens players coming up and setting up those blocks.
1st and 10 Ravens at the 13-yard line.
So bring him first and 10 there, the 13-yard line.
I think this Rapids defense needs to come up with some sort of way to just bother this offensive line and this quarterback, because they're just letting them basically just run their offense almost on air at this point.
Absolutely. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass and look in the end zone. Oh, and it was almost picked off there as he threw it behind the wide receiver.
Incomplete pass on the play.
That'll bring up second down. There's about 7 minutes left in that first half. Ravens would throw it out into the flat. It's going to be caught, and he's going to walk into the end zone. But there are flags all over the field. We'll check on those first. Yep, and it looks like we're going to have a hold on the Ravens. That's going to come back.
Yeah, I think that was pretty obvious there. And I wouldn't say a lucky break for the Rapids, but it seemed like even without the hold, there really wasn't a lot over there, and it seemed like he might have just walked in regardless.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to walk into the end zone. So, kind of saved by the penalty there, but also possible he was going to walk into the end zone because of those penalties. Excuse me. Let's get set here. So the refs pick up their hankies. So it'll be second down. And we'll have a timeout by the Ravens.
Timeout Ravens.
While I have a second, shout out to some of our Maroon level sponsors. HR Kyle, offering HR solutions, career coaching, leadership, training, and more. Receiving trophy and award. Proudly owned by the Doolin family and have been in business since 1972. Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Baseball Association. Rise and Shine. Local and historic to Cuyahoga Falls, Rise and Shine is here to serve you all-day breakfast, a lunch menu with a fantastic bar options. Jacob's Heart, a big sponsor of the Rapids. They are a very, very proud organization who do a lot of fundraising and a lot of great things for the community. We're proud to be partnered with Jacob's Heart, and we'll be proud to do stuff with them after the season as well. So, as we get locked back in here, 6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second quarter. It'll be second down and 19. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out to the outside there to that isolated wide receiver who's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. And Drew, this Ravens offense is pretty much doing what they want.
You know, I will say that was a great play call, getting all those linemen out and making sure that basically he didn't have anyone touch him.
No, those were some great blocks. So, the Ravens will go for 2 here. And we're going to have a whistle.
Looks like a delay of game.
The Ravens will go for 2 here.
Delay a game.
And now, yeah, and it's been picked up by the comment sections, the commentors. This Ravens offense is taking advantage of the distance that these Rapids defenders are giving them on the ball. They're leaving them 15 yards, 10, 15 yards. They're throwing those quick passes out to the outside of the numbers, and they're getting gains.
Absolutely, and I think there is some level of respect you have to give the Ravens, but also that's going to affect your game plan. I don't think you can work with
So go
that.
for 2, and they're going to throw it across the middle there again on that quick slant, and it's going to be caught for the 2-point conversion. And not a good first half here for the Rapids. 6 minutes left in the first half. 37-0. The alarms have been sounded. All hands on deck at this point.
Yeah, no, this is getting potentially very, very ugly. So let's hope that, listen, it's tough to get motivated during these times, but I think when you look back at this and you start to really assess what's went wrong here, I don't think it's skill. I think it's just a lack of either discipline or game planning in some crucial moments that have led to this point.
Got to find some heart here. Got to find some heart. It's more than football. It's bigger than football. It's what the Rapids talk about. It's what Daniel talks about. It's bigger than football. Well, his guys got to find it. It's bigger than football right now. As we're underway again here, it's going to be kicked out. Done out about the 10-yard line. He's going to pick it up. He's going to break it out. He's going to break it out for a big gain. It's at the 40 and a big hit by the Ravens. No pushing and shoving there. Whew. And a big hit there, Drew.
Yeah, I think, listen, if you're the Rapids, you got to see that these guys are just coming in and taking you out, and you got to find some way to take that personally.
Hats to the ball and lay in some wood. Yes. Take that personal. Get fired up. So we'll see what the offense can do here. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the half. And 10 man in the huddle again for the Rapids. I'm not understanding what's going on here and how a team that was so in tune last 2 weeks ago and so in line what was going on in the playbook and on the field, it's the complete opposite today.
Yeah, it seems like this team, as soon as they came out and got a little bit of pushback from these Ravens, it just messed up whatever mentality they had in that Lima game. And I think, like we said, they have to find some motivation. They have to find some urge, because they're going to be in games like this in the regular season where maybe they're down, maybe it's a close game, and they're not dominating these games, and they need to find some sort of motivation here, some sort of edge that allows them to hit back on this Ravens team.
Absolutely. So they'll take their final timeout of the half with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. It almost, and I don't want to be hypercritical, but it almost seems like the Rapids are too hyped. They're too excited. You know, all these mental errors and the mental mistakes going on. It's very uncharacteristic, which tells me that maybe they got a little too hyped.
It's very possible. I think it's also possible that they were ready for this team, but I think they were ready for maybe a different kind of game.
Yeah.
And this game would kind of throw them off their edge a little.
Monte back in at quarterback. And he's going to drop back to pass here. He's going to make a couple men miss in the pocket, but no, he'll eventually get taken down and sacked in the backfield. A good tackle, good swarm by this Ravens defense.
Absolutely. It's tough for the quarterback because he really doesn't have a lot of time to throw. They can't find receivers. So this offensive line has to shore up and kind of give his quarterback some time to breathe and time to look.
4 wide receiver set. 2 on each side. Monte in, Emmett Calhoun in at running back. Monte's going to take the snap, and he's going to make a quick throw over the middle, and it's going to be picked off again. And just a bad day continues to get worse, unfortunately, for this Rapids offense.
Ball is intercepted by the Ravens.
Yeah, another forced throw there. I think that's a quarterback down big trying to make a play. And, this Rapids team is, I think, finding that this Ravens defense is exactly what everyone had pumped them up to be.
The Ravens team as advertised. Now, I don't believe this is the showing that the Rapids would ever say that is true to what their actual form is. So the defense back on the field. Ravens offense takes back over here. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. 1 at the bottom. 1 running back in the backfield with him. He's going to drop back to pass here, and he's going to go deep, and it's going to be almost picked off by Deshaun the Stash Fielding. Hands on the ball there. That would have been a big one. Could have turned that one.
That would have been a big motivation swing. But still, I think that is a good sign that these cornerbacks and these safeties are starting to finally read these pass plays and are starting to make breaks and jumps on the ball instead of now just waiting for and reacting to the pass.
Yep, and there's 4 minutes, 24 seconds left here. It'll be second down for this Ravens offense. And he's going to hand it off up the middle, and it'll be tackled for little to no gain. Okay, and I want to give a shout out to Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute. An update there. A high ankle sprain for linebacker Mark Hale, so he will not be returning to the game. An unfortunate and a big loss there.
Absolutely. I think that is one of those things where you just can't lose a lot of these big guys when you're down this big. You need everyone.
Speaking of which, Rob Graves is is sidelined right now, being looked at for a possible concussion. So 2 big losses there for the Rapids on both sides of the ball. As it brings up third down, still a chance here to get off the field. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out to the flat, and it's going to be caught. But it does look like he's going to be short, which will bring up fourth down. And at this point, I can understand the Ravens kind of saying, we're going to go for it because at this point, everything has worked.
Absolutely. I think that is one of those things where they went for it first drive of the game. And other than a couple plays, they've really been able to move the ball whenever they want. So, yeah, why not go for it on fourth down?
Absolutely. So it'll bring up fourth down and 4. Fourth down and 3. Motion. Oh, and another jump. another penalty, another mental mistake, and another offsides.
Yeah, and that gives the Ravens a first down and a potential way to stop this team. And yeah, it seems like whenever the Rapids are potentially allowing or getting potentially able to stop them, they just absolutely have the mental errors.
It's going to be taken out of the outside there. And he's going to cut the corner, and he's going to turn it in for another Ravens touchdown. And with 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the second quarter, 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the first half, it is an absolute lopsided game here.
Yeah, this is getting to a point where I think that the Rapids maybe just need to visualize kind of how they want to do this in the second half, because I think it's less about, coming back and winning this and more about running your playbook and getting kind of practice in here, because 43 to any team is very, very hard to come back with, especially when neither your offense or your defense is looking that good.
Absolutely. So be in for the extra point, and it'll be up and good. So 44 to nothing.
44-0.
With, like I said, 1 minute and 51 seconds left in the half. We will take a break at halftime. Stream will be running, but we're going to take a pause. While I have a second, Rico McGee of the Rulers Minute. Rico, wow.
Yeah, wow is right. Listen, you can't get down on yourself. You can't get down on yourself. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep your composure. You got to keep your poise, and you got to just evaluate what you did wrong. You got a good team. You got a good team right here. Don't give up.
Absolutely. No, I agree. They said this was a test. They wanted to see where they were at with the Ravens. Well, right now, not there, but you know what? There's 13 games in the season for a reason.
Right.
So just because week 2, the second game that this organization has ever played, just because we're not there right now doesn't mean we can be.
Exactly. I mean, this is still a learning process for everybody, from the players to the coaches, even the staff. I mean, This is a learning curve, a learning process for all of us, and it's going to come with some bumps. It's going to come with some ups and downs. But I think as the season goes on, you get better. This is your chance. This is your time to learn.
Absolutely.
This is your time to learn. Rome was not built in a day.
Absolutely. And the kick will be away. Emmett will take that at the 30. Cut it to the outside to the 40. And they're going to try to reverse field, and they cut it back again. Cut the corner, get out to the 50. And the 50-yard line is where this Rapids offense will take over. I appreciate Rico McGee once again for tapping in with us. As always, we'll touch base with Rico in the second half and see if these Rapids can flip it around.
Return to the 50-yard line. Rapids ball in a first down.
So, first down for this offense.
I think here you got a minute 42. I think this is a hurry up, no huddle. Let's just see what kind of thing we can get out of this, because nothing you really have done has been that effective. And so changing up kind of the scheme, the hustle, the play calling, I think that's what you got to do here.
And no surprise, Jordan Jones back in, now flanked with his 2 running backs, a familiar formation, one that worked a lot. And he's going to throw a quick screen out to his wide receiver, who will be tackled for a loss there. A nice gang tackle by the Ravens.
Yeah, I think
Clock ticking away with 1:30 here.
the Rapids tried to run a Ravens playbook there, but I think unlike the Rapids, the Ravens are playing pretty much press coverage and were able to really gang tackle the ball, where as the Rapids are kind of they were pushed back on their defense, and I think that's why the Ravens are so successful in these quick screen games.
So about a minute left. And yeah, you're right. And I did say there's a lot of these guys' is second game. No, you are correct. Second game with the Rapids, but second game trying to put the pieces together. Is the handoff's going to take it out to the outside. Monte's going to try to make a couple men miss. Tackled for about a gain of 1 or 2 there. Because I did have to correct this myself. Yes, a lot of these guys have championship experience. We talked about it in the Lima game. They've played, but not a lot of games together, especially against a caliber of opponent like the Ravens. And that's where the credit is due. The Ravens are playing outstanding right now.
Well, they're playing like a professional team that knows basically how to hurt opponents.
Third down here. Jordan's going to drop back to pass. It's going to be bobbled. It's going to be deflected. Almost picked off there, but they'll bring up fourth down. 16 seconds left in the half. Take the shot, throw the Hail Mary.
I mean, why not? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where nothing that bad that hasn't happened yet is going to happen. So I would say yes.
Yeah, pointed out, Ravens 60 of 61. Only have one loss recently. They're a good team.
Oh, absolutely. And listen, we said this was going to be a litmus test for a very, very new team that was also very, very promising in their first game. And so might have this been a massive kind of over...
Oh, and they're going to fake the punt. Oh. And he's going to throw it out to his wide receiver. Nothing. He was not there. Looking for a flag on the play. Does feel like he was held. But it's going to be turnover on downs. 8 seconds left in the half. I'm not mad at it.
Turnover on downs. First down, Ravens.
No, I'm not upset with the decision at all. Especially here in the middle of the field. Not a lot of damage to be done. Don't let the defense give up any kind of home run ball here. Get back in this locker room. And now listen, I'm a very big fan of talking about coaches going into locker rooms and flipping some tables. I don't think that's what's needed here. I think there needs to be a calming voice in the locker room that gets these guys refocused to come out and make this a respectable second half.
Absolutely. I don't think any amount of yelling or throwing is going to get you 50 points in the second half, but a reminder of what they're trying to do here, I think, is your best bet going into half.
Absolutely. So Ravens will take over first down. Oh, and we've got, looks like, a false start on the Ravens. And a big penalty there. And the reason I call it a big penalty is the Rapids have had multiple offsides, and they have been pointing the other way, kind of accusing those linemen of making small movements, causing them to jump. So one the other way there.
Looks like they need it down there going into the half to end the half.
Absolutely. Thank you, bro, for that. So, yeah, that'll do it for us here in the first half. 44-0. The Detroit Ravens up over the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. As I said, we will take a pause here at halftime. Stream will be here. Comments will be here. Have some fun in the comment section while we take a break at halftime here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids Week 2.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon Fire. RTN has packages that start at $5 per month.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Welcome back into Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. I'm Grace Remington with Will Hill. We have reached the home stretch of the program here, and so have several baseball games. Right now, Pittsburgh leading Milwaukee 2-1 in the top of the ninth. The Brewers with 2 men on and 1 out there as they try to rally. Yankees have run away with it here against the Rockies in Colorado, leading 13-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Atlanta leading San Diego 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th. The Braves with a man on first and 1 out. Cincinnati leading the Cubs 6-2 in the top of the 8th. With no men on, no outs. Still waiting on my Seattle runs. Low scoring game here. Houston leads 2-1 as they send the other team out there in the bottom of the 8th. And one other game we're keeping an eye on, my White Sox bet is looking good. I was able to bet them plus 180 live. They now lead the Rangers 8-4 in the bottom of the 6th. Another chance to add insurance here. They have a man on second, but with 2 outs. So, Will, your reaction to any of these early games?
6.5 Ks. He's got 6 through 7 innings. Usually that's a winner, but his pitch count was so low that he comes out to start the 8th inning, 3-2 count. He gets a strikeout, and they immediately take him out of the game. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one.
I don't know if it was my earpiece or your mic, but I missed, which pitcher was that?
Max Fried for the Yankees. I had under 6.5 Ks, 6 Ks through 7 innings. Usually that's it. These guys usually don't pitch more than 6 innings, much less more than 7 innings. 6 Ks through 7 innings. I'm in good shape, except he only had 70 something pitches. Comes out for 1 batter in the 8th, full count, strike 3, and then they pull him out. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Brutal.
And you have him? You had the season-long wins bet on him.
I do have a most wins in Major League Baseball, 35-1. So I haven't checked in a week or two where he stands. He was off to a good start, but this will be another win for him. I think this puts him at 7 or so. So he's in the mix at least. That's all you can ask for, 35-1. Got to stay healthy. He's in the mix.
What's crazy?
Runs for him, so yeah.
Last week, so hold on, let me pull up his. Yeah, because I remember last week I said something about him being 6-0, and there's something weird happened in his first game of the season where he didn't get the win, and you were like, I swear, if that's how I lose the bet. Last week I gave him out to win plus 135. He went 6 innings, allowed only 2 runs, and I think the Yankees were leading that game until like the very end of the 6th inning, and then it was tied. They weren't even losing. They tied, and they go on to win 8-2, I believe. So, like, we're like 1 batter away from a win on that one too. That was tough because I'm looking at the score like, heck yeah, this is an easy cash. No, it's not. All right, let's get back into these later slate games here for those who missed us capping those earlier. And let's start with the Guardians Tigers here. Cleveland plus 120 on the money line. Detroit minus 142 with a total of 8.5. We got Luis Ortiz against Casey Mize. What's your bet in this one?
I'll go under. Call it under 4. Do you have the first 5 in front of you? I could pull up the odds. I'll go under first 5 though. I just don't like the Cleveland lineup. Detroit is quietly just not swinging the bats well here as of late. Bybee and Ciccone shut them down the past couple nights. So to me, under 4.5, if you got to pay some juice in the first 5 is a good play. I think you're looking at the under as well, but you're gonna go for the full game.
Yeah, I will. Although now I'm looking at the prices, the under 4.5 is plus 100, which the full game under 8 is also plus 100. So you know what? I think even though Cleveland has a good bullpen, I might just jump on that first 5 train with you there. Ballpark Pal has this one projected at about 4 runs. So a little over 4 runs. So it's close. It's close. I mean, either way, I like the under because of the starting pitching here. I think Luis Ortiz, it doesn't look good on the surface level, but he has to do a little bit of positive aggression, not a lot, but a little. Casey Mize, though, I really like what I've seen from him. He may have gotten a little bit lucky too. He has a 2.53 ERA, a 2.67 expected, so it looks like that checks out. But it's a 90% strand rate that that kind of sticks out to me here. Although he's throwing a career high strikeout rate, and it's because his splitter, the whiff rate on his splitter is up. He's throwing that pitch 2 miles an hour faster than he was last year. And the slurve he has been using a lot. He really never used it more than a few dozen times a year, but now he's throwing it 16% of the time. And the velo on that slurve has increased 1 mile an hour. So I think Casey Mize, I really enjoyed watching him in college with Auburn. And I always like watching my favorite college players, go through their pro careers. So yeah, I do like both pitchers here. I'd be comfortable with the first 5 or the full game under. Both you're getting plus 100 odds. So let's do that. Okay, we also got a late night game here. The Phillies at the Athletics. Philly minus 175 as they throw Christopher Sanchez. And then the A's plus 145 on the money line at home. We got 2 lefties here and a total of 10.
Did I mention that Max Fried went over the 6.5 strikeouts and I lost that bet? I think I did mention that, right? I'm going to try to move on. I like the Phillies here. I just don't think the A's bullpen has been good as of late. Mason Miller's been awful. This Philly lineup is hot. You're putting them in a good hitting environment. 5.5 as a team total is expensive, but you're getting the full 9 at bats. You're in a good hitting environment. So if you don't want to lay the $1.70, I'm okay with the team total over 5.5, even though it is expensive. It's expensive for a reason. So that's how I'm looking at it. I don't know that I'm going to bet it, but if I had to, I'm okay laying the $1.70. I'm okay with the team total over 5.5. What are you looking at here, if anything?
I rarely bet totals this high, but I'm going to go with the over 10 at minus 110. Christopher Sanchez. So it actually does look pretty good for him. Jeffrey Springs probably do a little bit of negative regression here. He has a 3.91 ERA compared to a 3.94 expected and a 4.43 FIP. I want to pull up the hitting metrics against left-handed pitchers here because, this is what so Philly is a top 3 team against lefties. The A's are 11th in weighted on-base average, 12th in weighted runs created plus, but above average here. So like those 2 offenses. And then let me get a check on the weather too, because I'm pretty sure that was in our favor. Yeah. 80 degrees at first pitch, 10 mile an hour winds blowing out to left center field. So yeah, give me the over in Phillies Athletics. I'm actually gonna bet that one once we get to break here. One more. I don't think we've gotten to this one yet today. The Marlins at the Angels, Miami plus 160 on the money line, and this is as big of a favorite you're ever going to see. The Angels minus 190 with a total of 8.5.
The red hot Angels. What's it? 8 wins in a row. They've played really well. Soriano is kind of a strange, peculiar pitcher. He's got good stuff, but the command isn't great at times. He's been very up and down. If I can't lay this price with the Angels, I can't lay the run in half. If I was going to bet it, if you forced me, which I don't know why you would force me, I would just take the plus money with the Marlins just because I think it's too high of a price. So Marlins at plus 161, there's probably some value there, but nothing I'm cutting in line to bet.
Yeah, this one, this one's tough. I'm not super passionate about this one. I probably if anything, I think I would bet the over 8.5. 9 is the second most common total in baseball. 7 and 9 are your two most key numbers in baseball totals. So I like that we're getting one here. Cal Quantrill. So I don't know how this keeps happening, but like his stats are horrendous. And yet every time I come on and talk about him, first it was on By the Books with Jensen. And then I think I had a show with you where we talked about Cal Quantrill, and the numbers are seriously bad. And then after I fade him, he comes out and throws a 1-run game against the Dodgers and then a 1-run game against the Rays. Sometimes I swear these people have us on in the clubhouse and they're like, thank you for the motivation. But I don't like his stats. I don't like Jorge Soriano's stats. So, and we have nice hitting weather here. 65 degrees, which it's not as hot as I would like it to be, but it's nice. But 73% humidity helps us, and we have 8-mile-an-hour winds out to left center field. So give me the over 8.5. All right, coming up next, we are sending you off with our best bets. Last second preview for tonight's NBA Game 3 as well. This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Stay right here.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21. On the next, a numbers game. It is summertime, no shortage of sports, though. Paul Sporer joins us to talk Major League Baseball, including his DFS recommendations of the day. Plus, Wes Reynolds joins us to talk golf and more. The U.S. Open, of course, 2+ weeks away, coming quick. Carl Sack on the NBA Conference Finals and French Open tennis. Roland Garros on the clay. Tennis's second major, all of my plays. The ones that haven't started, I will talk about them at the top. It's a numbers game, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Experience the time of your life at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Live it up with the world's largest sports book, Circa Sports. Get loose and get loud with all sports, all seasons at Stadium Swim. Take in the $1 million views at our rooftop lounge, Legacy Club. Go big and go all night with our luxurious rooms and suites. Book the time of your life today at circalasvegas.com.
A numbers game with Gil Alexander.
Are we sure SGA should be minus 190 to win finals MVP?
The answer to the question, has anybody from a losing team ever won finals MVP? Yes, one time, 1969. So basically, you have to correlate it with who you think's winning the championship. So yeah, if you think OKC's winning it, minus 190 might be considered cheap.
A numbers game with Gil Alexander. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Looking for someone's picks? We compile every pick from VSiN hosts and guests every day and email them to all VSiN Pro subscribers. Become a VSiN Pro at VSiN.com/
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Catch all of the spring and summer action of Cleveland Cobras minor league football on Western Reserve Radio. Follow the Cobras as they compete against teams from around the region in pursuit of a Tri-Point Football League championship. And if you're looking to continue your football career after high school, college, or even the pros, or to be part of the Cobras staff, go to Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football. Or contact owner Jesse Caldwell at 330-416-3442. Be a part of the excitement of Cleveland Cobras football.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
From a guy like Cease, and I grab a ticket at plus 750 to win this division, that ticket's dead.
VEASAN by the books, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern on VEASAN, the sports betting network.
This is Live Bet Saturday on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Hey, VSiN fans, how would you like to play the Circa Survivor or Circa Million contest for free this season? Winner's Circle Proxy is giving away one free $1,000 entry to each contest plus full proxy service. And get this, you will be paired with a VEASAN host for strategy all season long. Enter now for your chance to win. Just visit winnerscircleproxy.com/VEASAN. That's winnerscircleproxy.com/VEASAN. Now, Will, we already know Circa is just a 5-star experience, but now they're offering this grandissimo pro football experience. And let me just read to you some of the stuff you can get here if you win. Round trip flight on JSX to and from Las Vegas, 3-night founder suite stay at the Circa, a personalized dining experience with Chef Barry. That is what I need right there. Derek's signature experience at Stadium Swim. I definitely trust him to give you an experience. Top shelf tasting experience at Legacy Club, curated dining experience at Andiamo Steakhouse with Chef Neil Piche, and an exclusive inaugural Class G4 jacket. The list is still going on. Limo transportation to and from the airport, and a year-long VEASAN subscription. So all that, and by the way, all entrants receive the Grandissimo experience. So, I mean, seriously, what more can Derek and Circa do? They really know how to put on a show.
It's a nice contest, $100,000 to get in. And I wonder if people will adopt the strategy of, because you have until I think the first Sunday when the 1:00 games start, 1:00 Eastern. So will people wait and see maybe the Eagles will lose and get upset, and then you'll jump in thinking that's already some dead money, and you have an advantage if you wait and hope to get an upset. So wonder if that's a strategy some people will employ.
Looking forward to it. Hard to believe. I mean, it's May 24th. We still have 4 months to go, but I just feel like there's already so much football handicapping that can be done right now. And pretty soon we are going to coast through this baseball season, and it's going to be NFL kickoff before we know it. So head over to Circa to get more details on the contest. That sounds really exciting. So don't want to miss out on that. Another thing you don't want to miss out on is the GBank trifecta. Visa now introducing the $500 trifecta from GBank, First Bet, and VEASAN. All you need to do is open a GBank Visa Signature credit card. In the first 90 days, deposit and play through $1,000 at First Bet to trigger the $500 trifecta. You'll receive $200 in cashback rewards on your GBank Visa Signature card. Then First Bet will give you a $100 deposit match. VEASAN completes the trifecta with a free VEASAN Pro subscription through August 31st. That's worth a $200 value. And there you go. That's the $500 trifecta from GBank, First Bet, and VEASAN. Head over to VEASAN.com/GBank. That's VSIN.com/GBank. This one-time promotion is limited to customers opening a new account in response to this offer, and it will not reply to requests to convert existing accounts. So apply today. Terms and conditions do apply. With that, let's get into our GBank best bets. I think let's go sport to sport here, Will. And you do have a bet in the NBA tonight. What are you looking at?
I like the side and the total. I'll go over the 218 here. I think that Minnesota did not shoot the three well at all. 28% in game 2. It was 15 of 51 in game 1. So the role players typically shoot better at home. DiVincenzo, Reed, some of these guys have been bricking these threes left and right. I think will shoot better. In OKC, there's meat on the bone for them too. 9 of 33 from 3 in game 2. And the turnovers for Minnesota are a problem. And those turnovers turn into quick points for OKC. So it's a bad matchup from that standpoint. So lean towards Oklahoma City actually winning the game and going on to sweep this series. Minnesota is going to get a game. This is the one. But I'll go over the 218 total here.
So originally, I was leaning toward the T-Wolves on the spread, but listening to you, listening to Trista, listening to some other people, I've been talked off of that, and I think I want to join you on the over here. We should see some positive shooting regression here. I mentioned earlier on the show, I'll say it again, courtesy of Zach Cohen here. He gave us the expected scores in Game 1 and Game 2 in his Game 3 write-up posted on vsin.com. The Game 1 expected score should have been 111 to 106. It was actually 114 to 86. So Minnesota was getting good looks. They just weren't making them. And then the expected score in Game 2 had the T-Wolves winning it 116 to 113. So that's back-to-back games in which they shot less than 30%. They should have shot better on open threes. And I think part of that positive regression could come from Naz Reid specifically. He's 0 for 14 from deep after shooting almost 38% from deep in the regular season. So I think the over makes a lot of sense here. A trend here that makes sense as well. Under Chris Finch, the over is 12-6 at home in playoff games. And then you mentioned the turnovers too. I mean, that's just quick points. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go to baseball now. And what are your best bets from the Diamond?
Yeah, I'll go Cleveland, Detroit, under 4.
Okay, and we're back at the University of Akron InfoCision Stadium, Summit Healthcare Field, the home of your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids, as we begin the second half here. Ravens of Detroit up 44-0 on your Falls Rapids. Falls Rapids set to return the kickoff. Ball is up and away, and we get the second half underway. Going to be returned at about the 20. Brace is about the 30, and he's going to cut it to the 40, out to the 50. Gets tackled out by the kicker, but a big start here. Hey, in the first game with Lina, Sean Smith Jr., kickoff return for a touchdown. Open up the second half here. Get a nice return in. Go ahead and say it.
You can't get stopped by the kicker. That is the one thing that they tell you, because they're not going to let you forget it.
Absolutely. And yes, Meech, broadcast crew did take a break. No, did not go for the glizzies and fries. I did go give my son a hug. No glizzy, just a quick drink.
I just sat down.
Definitely be getting some food there later. We appreciate all of you guys in the comment section, all of you guys checking in here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. If you haven't, please click subscribe and be a part of the Strawbro Sports Show experience. All right, Rapids offense takes over. Quarterback Jordan Jones in. Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. Cannot see the number on the fullback next to him. He's going to hand it off to Emmett. Emmett's going to take it up the middle for a nice gain of about 6. And we talked about it, so I'll bring it to the broadcast, Drew. I do not expect the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids to turn this around, put 50-something on the scoreboard, hold the Ravens to 0 points, and win the game. But what I do expect and what I want to see is put some points on the board, make this a respectable scoreline.
Absolutely. I think, and I hope that was the message in the locker room, where it is going to be very hard to score a lot of points against this team. But playing your game and getting things refined, I think, is key.
Absolutely. So second down here. He's going to hand it off again to Emmett. And Emmett's going to get stuffed there at the line, bringing up your first third down. And for offensive coordinator Savon Gibbs, now here's what I do like. Clearly there was a conversation had because we don't have 10 men in the huddle issues. We've got guys in. We're rolling. It's been cleaned up. It's apparent.
Absolutely. And I think that is the key here. It's not you need to dominate this second half. You need to, take it to him. You need to play
your game.
right.
Yep. Play our game. And we're going to hand it off again. And he's going to get actually tackled for a loss there on third down. So, a good start, but a bit of a stall out there.
Yeah, a good start. But, yeah, unfortunately, I think that this Ravens defense, I don't think is going to get ran on 3 times in a row for a first down. I think that some movement needs to be on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. About 12 minutes and 20 seconds here. As we're going to go for it on fourth down. And Jordan's going to drop back to pass. Oh, and he's going to throw it across the middle. It's going to be tipped. There was a lot of grabbing and holding on that play. Coach Sylvan Gibbs is not happy about it, and I'm not going to lie. I know we are the home broadcast, and I don't want to sound like a homer, but probably should have been a flag there on that play.
It's very possible. However, that was a play where you're hoping for contact on that. And so sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't.
Absolutely. So Ravens will take over here at about the 46-yard line. First and goal, or first and 10. Ravens come out in that same 2 wide receivers to each side of the ball, bring in some motion. One in the backfield. It's going to hand off up the middle. And once again, big Dustin Dye with a tackle for a loss. And what I've learned through the meetings this week is this Ravens offense likes to explode for big plays. And to be honest, other than I think it was only 1 or 2 drive that it's been the big plays.
Yes.
It's been the big run or the big throw. So a good start there for this defense. Try to limit the big plays.
Absolutely. And I think the running game really hasn't been too effective for the Ravens. So I want to see
big plays. Other than that, no.
I want to see how this Rapids can deal with the pass.
And he's going to throw it over the middle for a big first down there. And as we just talked about, the Ravens taking what they can get for a big first down over past the 40-yard line.
Yeah, again, it's simple catch and throws for the Ravens here, finding the pockets in this zone.
Yeah.
And as Rico had mentioned when he was here, maybe moving to a dime package, getting some more defensive backs in there. Your lineman can stop that run, but it seems like in the passing game, that is going to be your biggest issue, is just filling up those gaps in the zone that they're taking advantage of.
Couldn't agree more, bro. As I'm flanked, as always, by my podcast, my broadcast, and my younger brother, Andrew Straub. Ken Straub here for the Straub Bro Sports Show. And he's going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to be tackled for about a gain of about 4 or 5 there. And we want to thank you for your support if you're in-house, because 50% of our ticket sales go to the Scholarship Foundation for Cuyahoga Falls players. And Drew, normally and typically the scholarship gives out about $1,000. In our first game alone, we raised $900.
That's fantastic.
And based on what we've got in-house today, we're going to probably double or almost triple that. So and that's what it's about with the Rapids, giving back to the community and being a part of the community. So second down here, we're going to hand it off up the middle. And he's going to push for some tough yardage. Looks like he's going to be tackled short. Yep. Referee's going to mark that. So it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
Brought down for a 3rd down and 1. Rapids fans, let's hear you. It's 3rd down.
So, 3rd down. Rapids looking to get out of here with no damage done on the scoreboard, which has been tough. They've gotten to these 3rds down, but it's been the 3rd down conversions, and I don't have the numbers, but that have been big for them. He's going to hand it off. He's going to cut it to the outside. He's going to break it for a big first down, and he's going to get out to about 19, 20-yard line. And yes, Drew, once again, it's the 3rd down conversions that are keeping the Ravens on the field here.
Absolutely. And I think that is something that is really, one, demoralizing because it is so hard to pound and pound, drive after drive, and then not be able to get off the field when it matters most. But two, that also shows kind of what we want the Rapids to do is get those short gains, and make those third downs a lot easier.
Absolutely. I agree there. And the Rapids know that this is how this offense likes to run the ball. He's going to pitch it out here, and he's going to try to cut it to the outside, but he's going to be gang tackled there at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, if any. But they know this Ravens team likes to cut those runs to the outside. They're not a really typically forward through the line running team. They like to break it outside. One of those runs did cut through the middle, but for the most part, they've tried to break these runs to the outside.
Absolutely. We can tell this defensive line is working their butts off and doing it effectively, but I think it's that second, third level that is really kind of hurting this Rapids defense right now.
Yes. And typically a DB and corner set that attack the ball and get to the ball, but what they're taking advantage of is the quick throws, the Rapids not being able to get there in time. So he's going to drop back to pass here, find another one over that slant over the middle once again, and he's going to try to stretch it. He
might have rolled over him.
Yeah, let's see what the referee makes. It looks like he was tackled there about the 1.
They are going to say he is down.
Yep, tackled there. It looks like it's about the 2.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Center's lining up quickly. It looks like no one wanted to try to go quick, but the center went to go quick. The rest of his team did not follow. So to be first and goal, they're at about the 2 and about the 1.5, 1.25. So 5:50 here. The Ravens have first and goal, looking to put more points on the board. And nope, a big tackle in the backfield. Yes, a big tackle there by 97, Josh Davis.
Listen, doesn't matter what the score is. You get one of those hits off and you are feeling good.
Absolutely.
Brought down in the backfield, 97, Josh Davis.
And Drew, looking for a fun place to celebrate after the game today, Tiki Underground. The perfect post-game getaway. Check them out, 1832 Front Street, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
Love you some Tiki Underground.
Ravens set up here, second and goal. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured and sacked in the backfield. And once again, number 97, Josh Davis, in on the sack. And this Rapids defense making some plays to try to get their offense back in the game.
Absolutely. And listen, this is the Rapids team that we know. They get pressure on the quarterback. They disrupt plays. And they stop teams from getting any momentum. Unfortunately, it took 3 quarters and 44 points to get there, but
yep,
but better late than never.
Absolutely. Now, big third down for the Rapids defense, looking to make a play, looking to shut this down and turn this tide on this game.
Absolutely.
And like I said, we're trying to win the quarter here, win the half. Brings up a long third and goal. About the 15-yard line. He's going to drop back to pass. Clean pocket. He's going to throw it into the end zone. He's going to throw it long, and it's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Now, I know they like to go for it on 4th down, but I have a feeling that 15 yards may be a little bit too steep for them.
Yep, you are correct, bro. They are going to bring on the field goal unit here. Special teams has been a plus for the Rapids today. So let's see if they can get some pressure in on the kicker here. Most importantly right here, no penalties.
Yes.
Going to make it about a 22-yard field goal. I apologize, a 32-yard field goal. Add the end zone there on your math.
It's got to add 17 to the yardage, I've always found out.
Ball's down, kick is up. kick is up, and it is good. So the field goal is good. I would say a positive defensive set there for the Rapids. Bend, but don't break. Don't give up 7. And now let's see if the offense can get rolling again, as we've been talking about.
Absolutely. Listen, as a defense, I think that is not as good as you can get, but definitely an improvement from the first half.
Absolutely.
However, we now need to see an improvement of that offense in the second half.
I can guarantee you, defensive coordinator Jordan Patterson would have traded a drive like that for any of those in the first half that led to 7. You know what I mean? So yes, it's still points on the board, but hold them to 3, get the offense back out on the field, and let's get rolling. As I did mention before, as we're talking about our ticket sales, they're donated to the Ryan Swigert Logan Given Memorial Scholarship Fund. I did want to mention the name on that. I did miss that. So as the Rapids get set here, I want to give a shout out. CC Realty is proud to support the Rapids and the Cuyahoga Falls community, making moves on the field and in the housing market. For more information, visit ccrealtyhomes.com or give them a call at 330-920-7460. They are sponsors of number 0 Boom Lumbus and number 5 Anthony Spooney. And another shout out to Tiki Underground, number 2 Monte Taylor, number 97 Josh Davis. Your sponsorships there. The kick is away. It's going to be turned at about the 10. And he's going to try to switch in reverse fields, kind of try to dance around, and it's not going to work there. He's going to get tackled at about the 15-yard line. So, Rapids offense will take over. Looking to take some positive momentum. Looking to take a positive role here. So, as we get started here, 1st and 10.
Rapids take over first down at the 15-yard line.
Jordan in their quarterback. He's going to drop back to pass here on 1st down. He's going to be pressured. He's going to make a move, but then he's going to get hit and sacked in the backfield. Had a second to get it away, but couldn't. Pressured heavy. So that'll bring up 2nd down. Ravens bringing pressure. And it's going to be a handoff. Going to be tackled about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this is a...
Yep, we got some talking. I mean, the Ravens, they're up 47-0.
I will say...
Rapids are frustrated, so yeah, I can understand it.
I will say, though, last game...
Yes.
A lot of talking, a lot of back and forth going.
4 ejections, 2 on each side.
4 ejections. This game, while a very similar score.
Yeah.
It's all been
kept in check. Yep. And I'm going to give credit to the Ravens too. The minute one of the players starts kind of jawing a bit too much, coach subs him right off.
Absolutely.
Takes him right off the field. So it's been kept in check on both sides. And the Rapids have kept it together for being a team that are getting beat like this.
Yes,
they're
absolutely.
keeping it together. They're not down on the sidelines. There's not been a lot of arguing and stuff down here. As they're going to bring motion, they're going to throw it to the wide receiver.
That is
he'll be
great tackle.
Yeah, that is a great tackle there in the backfield for a loss. Sound fundamentals by this Ravens team, and it shows. Sound, crisp tackling, a great tackle.
No, the hardest tackle to make is a one-on-one in open space, and that is one of the best that they can do there. And that just shows the quality of this team.
And yes, once again, I just want to mention we do have some clock issues. So we've got down to about a minute 40 here in the third quarter. I apologize for that, not keeping you updated there. But with 47-0, 1 minute 30 rolling here now. As this Rapids offense will punt away the ball. So, a bit of confusion as we'll get set to punt now. Rapids kind of let the time tick away. Oh, and it's going to be punted. It's going to be hit to the side. Referee's going to mark that out about the 20-yard line. So that's going to give this Ravens offense turn around the field or flick the field, turn right around and have an opportunity to put more points on the board.
Yeah, that's not a I know we talked about how good the special teams has been today, but that was one of their first mistakes that they have led up now. And unfortunately, it's setting up this really good Ravens offense.
Ravens take over.
We are getting down to under 40 seconds here, so this might be the last play of the third quarter as the Ravens start at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Potentially just trying to run out the clock here for the Ravens, just trying to kind of get some plays in, but we will see here. And this Rapids defense, I think, just trying to make a stop, trying to cause some havoc and make some turnovers. So it is going to be... it is definitely going to be just trying to see what works for both sides going into the regular season, as kind of this game was it's meant to be, as it's a preseason game.
He's going to drop back to pass here. He's going to look to throw it up top, and he's got his wide receiver open for a touchdown. Ooh.
I will say, I know we've been we don't like to compliment other teams as much. That was a beautiful throw.
That was a beautiful pitch and catch right there. A nice fade out. Bit of confusion there by the Rapids defenders. And, hey, this team's got work to do. You know what I mean? It's time to hit the playbooks. You know what I mean? It's time to hit the footage and learn from this.
Absolutely. And listen, we have talked about this Ravens team is nationally ranked. They're one of the best. And
they are showing it.
They are showing exactly why. And this is also a Rapids team that's only been with each other for 2 games.
Yep.
2.5.
Yep. And like, hey, a lot of these guys have played together. A lot of these guys have. And the kick on the extra point is up and in good. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 54-0. A 50 burger by the Ravens over on our Rapids. But as I was saying, yes, a lot of these guys have played together. A lot of these guys have reps together. But individually, only a couple of these guys have played the Ravens, and they all have the same story, that this team comes, they play hard, they play tough, and they win.
And now the rest of the team knows this and knows, I guess, their own competency level going into the season, because after this, you got a big week 1 game.
Yep. Week 1 against the Cleveland Cobras. We've seen members of the, I don't know if coaching staff, I'm not sure who, but we've seen some Cobras, people here. So they're here watching. We'll be there live. Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page live for every Rapids broadcast. But yeah, some things we absolutely have to learn and some things we need to get ready for week 1.
Absolutely. And I have no doubt this team will learn from this and come back sharpened and ready to take on it, having now a chip on their shoulder, because I'm sure, as we've already seen in the comments, there is going to be a lot of talking going up into this week, especially with this one basically being a rivalry game.
Absolutely, a rivalry game. And unfortunately, what the Rapids were hoping was to be coming off a victory and have some momentum. But now, humbled, back to the drawing board. You know, we head back and, yeah.
No, I believe this is a very good thing for this team. I think that if they were just blowing teams out, the second they got a little bit of resistance, maybe, they can't come back or keep the lead. I think this is a very good learning opportunity.
As we kick off here in the fourth quarter, ball's going to be taken at about the 30. Break 1 tackle, tries to break it outside, but hey, once again, this Ravens team swarming to the ball.
Absolutely. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
Ball's returned to the 31-yard line. First down, Rapids.
I will say the one advantage now of, I guess, the scoreboard is we do get to have a clock now, y'all. It is a running clock, so we will be able to see kind of what time it is.
Got the clock up. So we got about 14 minutes left here. Rapids offense will take over. Jordan Jones back in at quarterback. Emmett Calhoun, Monte Taylor. Two wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. One solo up top. Motion man, come across. He's going to fake it. He's going to throw it out into the flat to Emmett Calhoun. Emmett's going to get out for a couple.
Pass completed to the number 10, Bama Hurry. For a 2-yard gain. Second down.
Bama hurrying on that catch there. Handoff. Oh, and he's going to be, and Bama's going to be hit hard in the backfield.
Timeout, Rapids.
Rapids will take a timeout. This is the Rapids look to kind of keep it rolling. Trying to gain some momentum here in the second half. Or I should say here in the fourth quarter. And I want to give a big shout out to our sideline reporter Rico McGee. Not Puerto Rico. Our sideline reporter, Rico McGee. Yeah, Rob Graves officially ruled out with a concussion. Tough loss there for the Rapids. Hopefully he can recover, and hopefully he will be healthy in time for next week's game.
Absolutely. He is a crucial part of that offense, and so hopefully getting recovered, make sure it's only just a mild one, and getting back healthy for next week.
Absolutely. Rapids get ready here for a third down, 3rd and 11. Jordan's going to air it out, look to go deep, and it's going to be picked off again at about the 44-yard line. He wasn't touched, so it looks like he's going to return that, and he's going to take it out and take it back.
Oof. You got to put the whistle there.
Yeah, got to play through to the whistle. Referee's going to mark that out. At about the 30-yard line. And you know what? We talked about it, the sportsmanship, and because I'm noticing it, I'm seeing it. One of the Ravens coaches grabbing one of the players, pulling him off to the side. A little too much excessive celebration.
No, it was very good. No celebration.
They've earned it, though. I mean, you're up 54-0. You just had another interception. I mean, at some point, you're allowed to celebrate as much as you want. A frustrating day for this Rapids offense as the Rapids defense comes back on, looking to try to make a play. More confusion. As the veteran, Big Dustin Dye kind of looking over at the side going, what's going on? So Ravens will take over, and on first down, they're going to run it up the middle for very little gain. And there must have been something. There must have been some kind of confusion. It looks like the Rapids coaching staff is absolutely livid. They believe that they were costed down by these officials. Believe there was only third down when they called it fourth down. So not happy. An all-around frustrating day, just from top to bottom. As the Ravens here, second down, will drop back to pass. He's going to look for the end zone, and it's going to be up. And it looks like it's going to be picked off by. That looks like number 5,
Intercepted by the
Anthony Sponey. His 4th interception on the year. And hey, regardless of whether it's we got 11 minutes and 16 seconds. We got about 10 minutes and 50 here. We have a little discrepancies in our clocks. We get that figured out. But a big play on defense there. A good job. Now let's turn these last 11 minutes around. Let's win the quarter.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's a very good possession for the Rapids there. They're able to make a turnover. They're able to get momentum back. Now, hey, we've talked about this.
A great play on the ball by Anthony Sponey.
Get the offense moving.
Yeah. Just a natural corner. So, Rapids offense will take over here. First down. 11 minutes. Take over at the 20. Jordan's going to drop back to Pat Oates and is going to be deflected there at the line for an incomplete pass. Clock runs here.
Incomplete pass on the play.
We bring up second down.
Second down.
Drew, pizza, wings, and football, it does not get better than that. A big shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings for fueling the fans and the Rapids this season. Give them a call, 234-678-0120 to order your next pizza.
Oh, I could use some pizza and wings right now.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, like we talked about, we did not get those glizzies at halftime, so I am hungry.
Yes, sir. No glizzies means pizza after. So, Jordan will drop back to pass here. Moves around in the pocket. He's going to take it himself. He's going to make a couple guys miss, and he's going to get it out to about the 25-yard line. So we talked about, and it looks like we do have a lineman down. So we'll take a second as his teammates help him up. Rave Pizza, sponsors of number 10, Bama Hurry, number 58, Von Johnson, and number 90, Jamal Singleton.
Quarterback keeper number 8. Rush on the play. Third down, Rapids.
So, third down and 7 here for your Rapids. About 9:30 left here in the fourth quarter. 53-0. A humbling day for the Rapids. But looking for some positive momentum to build on here. As Jordan's going to drop back on third down. And it's going to be bobbled. And then we've got a penalty. Looks like we're going to have a hold on the Ravens. So, trying to make a play there on third down. But it looks like the penalty is going to help us out.
Yeah, and that's,
reset the chains and give us a first down.
That's ball movement. That's making the defenders work. That's not making it easy for them. Positives.
Absolutely. Yep, and it didn't look like it was Jamal Singleton down, but it looks like he's back up. And good to go. So, Rapids offense. What a first down. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 2 running backs flanking your quarterback on each side. Jordan going to quick screen out. You're going to pick up a couple yards there.
Completed pass for a 5-yard gain.
Number 13, Mari Mitchell in on the catch. And it does look like, yeah, big number 90, Jamal Singleton, definitely not 100% right now. Yeah, and they're gonna take him out of the game there. He was battling through and trying his hardest to stay in, just he couldn't get it done.
Yeah, but
not couldn't get it done, but just couldn't fight through the pain any longer.
No, that's one of those things where, listen, we love the hustle, we love the dedication, we love the heart, but this game is too out of hand for you to be trying to put your body on the line.
Absolutely.
In a preseason game, nonetheless.
100%. Take a couple of these plays off. Let's be healthy for next week. As Monte's gonna turn it outside for a nice gain there. A little late hit, a little bit of and what we were trying to avoid. Yep. And a great job by the Rapids coaching staff. And I don't know if Drew, and if you can pan up, and I don't know if you can see them, but the Ravens coaches, and this is what we're talking about, screaming at his players, get over here on the sideline. This is not the kind of stuff we want.
Absolutely. And that's a well-led team.
Yes.
Getting your guys out of trouble, especially when you are the winning side. Yeah. There's no need to be going back and forth with other players, potentially getting yourself ejected and potentially losing a game, getting suspended in the process. That's exactly how it is. And you can see also other players as well pulling guys away, making sure that doesn't get out of hand.
Absolutely. And a good job by the Rapids keeping composure there as well. Shout out to you guys having a good time in the comment section. Shout out to you, Chris, as well. And my guy, Ray.
Always Ray.
Absolutely. Lifelong friend. My goalie, actually, from my high school soccer team, Bedford High Schools. We've got a penalty, delay a game on the Rapids, some more mental mistakes. Honestly, a lot of that was caused by the little scrum there at the bottom. It cost them more time getting back to the line of scrimmage. They weren't able to get back in time. Yeah, as Ray was giving the shout out there. Yep, Straw Bro Sports Show here on commentary. Big Bro Ken here with Little Bro Drew. So, looking at about 6 minutes left here in the fourth. 53-0 Ravens. Rapids trying to put together a drive here to try to get some momentum, try to build on some stuff for next week. And we're going to have a jump on the side. Looks like it's going to be a false start there. While I have a second, we had some stuff pregame. We had Akron Mayor Don Walters do our coin toss. We had our military veterans, Air Force veteran Morgan. Sorry about that. Air Force veteran Morgan Hill and our quarterback, Jordan Jones, a veteran himself as well. Salute to them on this Memorial Day weekend as Emmett Calhoun is going to take it to the outside and break it out.
And what I've noticed from this is that
a couple yards.
A lot of these plays that they are running, when they get to the second or third level, I think for most teams that we are going to play in this conference, he's going to be able to make those guys miss. He's just that good. But because of the quality of this Ravens team, even if he gets to the second or third level, he is getting stopped almost immediately because of the talent on this team. So honestly, plays that maybe are going for 3 or 4 in this game, I think in the season are going to go for about 15 almost every single time just because of how good this team is.
It's the analysis that Little Bo brings in the broadcast. Very well said, sir. And big shout out. I see the 216 Sports Network in the comment section. Shout out to our guy Mel over at the 216 Sports Network and our guy over here in the booth with us, our third member of the broadcast team, Rico McGee. Make sure you're following the Rulers Minute everywhere. As the Rapids are going to punt, Bobby Rhodes Jr. into punt. It's going to be up. It's going to be a short punt. It's going to be out at about the 45, and he's going to actually pick it up and take it, and it'll be tackled there. A good tackle. We do have a flag on the play. A little extracurriculars down there in the end zone. Not sure exactly. We've got a hold on the Ravens. So we'll see what happens here.
holding on their technical penalty.
So as we sort out the confusion, sorry, I appear to be as confused as head coach Nate Hose is.
The confusion has not been sorted out, it seems.
About what's kind of going on here. So as we wind down the broadcast, I do want to take a second to give a big shout out to our entire media crew, starting with obviously my broadcast and my podcast partner, my brother, my third man in the booth, Rico McGee, Austin, our guy on the who does the PA, all of our media people, Paula, Connor. I mean, without Connor, we don't get through this game.
No, absolutely not.
Our owner, Daniel, his Anna, our co-owner who does so much, as well. Just without all of our staff and without all those people, we wouldn't be able to be up here doing what we do. So a big shout out to them because they make this Rapids home game a smooth operation.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to also my cousin, Michelle. She's down there running the kids' corner. And Haley, who's also doing some of the face painting down there as well, holding it down for the kids. It's a community event here at the University of Akron, Infocision Stadium, Suma Healthcare Field. Got a mouthful there. So Ravens offense takes over first down here. He's going to take it. He's going to take the pitch, and he's going to cut it up the middle, around the outside and up the middle for a big first down game there on the quarterback keep. Ravens moving the ball here with about 3 minutes.
First down.
And 30, well, we got two different clocks. That's all right. Got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. Sorry, 3 minutes here.
Incomplete pass on the play.
As we got an incomplete pass there. So as we mentioned before, Rapids will get ready for week 1 against the Cleveland Cobras. Look to kind of wash this game away.
Timeout.
And reset.
Rapids.
So we've got a timeout here by the Rapids with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 53-0. Obviously, a big day for the Ravens, tough day for the Rapids. But I think if you want to find, and obviously there's the coaching staff has to find some positives here. And I think one of the things that you can look at is obviously the interception, the turnover there. There were a couple of drives that they were able to hold the Ravens. You got to build on what was working in those drives, and then obviously take a look at the drives that didn't work and analyze the film.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And obviously, if we were to talk to them and after this performance, they obviously say it's not up to par.
Right.
So we can't say that this is the best Rapids performance and they're still getting beat by this much. It's one of those things where they are playing.
Oh, as the pitch is going to take it, and it's going to be tackled for almost no gain there.
They are playing a really good team, but they're also not playing to their best.
Exactly, and I think that's going to be what the coaching staff, I can guarantee it's one of the things the coaching staff is going to talk about throughout the week. we didn't even play good enough to actually match ourselves up and see what we could have done. We beat ourselves with penalties. We beat ourselves with misalignments. We beat ourselves with 10 men in the huddle. We beat ourselves today. Now, yes, the Ravens still put 53 points on. They deserve their respect and they deserve their credit. But when you beat yourself that much, you can't even really look at the performance and say, well, we didn't match. No, we beat ourselves today a lot.
Absolutely.
And a big shout out to Mark Hale jumping into the comment section. We know you will be back, Mark. I know how hard you work. I gave him the shout out, eat, sleep, gym, football. I know my man will be working hard to get back on the sidelines. We wish you a speedy, speedy recovery. So we've got a bit of, and if you didn't think next week was ready, we've got some jawing between some Rapids players and some Cobra players in the stands and on the sidelines. So definitely, listen, I know this is not a good performance here, but to say we're ready for next week, we're ready for next week.
Yeah, and honestly, I enjoy that kind of mentality. Being able to say, listen, we see what's happening right now. We understand where we're owning it. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to come to you full go next week. And I think that's an amazing mentality to have for these guys. Mm-hmm. Not even the next day, the same game.
Yeah, we're ready.
I think that's a great mentality.
That's fine. Don't sleep on us. We see what's out here, and we know, and that's okay. Absolutely, and much love to you, Mark, as well as the Ravens are going to take this pitch, and he's going to cut it outside for a big gain. He's going to go down. A smart play there. He's going to go down inbound so the clock runs out. Good job there by Coach Nate Hose for breaking up. Yeah, we do have some flags on the play. For breaking that up there on the sidelines and kind of getting our guys away from that. A couple of the Cobras players wanted to kind of come in on the sidelines. Hey, we appreciate the buying the ticket, coming out support, as 50% of those ticket sales go to the youth. But yeah, a little bit of jawing down there. That's fine. We'll be in Cleveland next week for that Cobras game, week 1, and I can guarantee it. Rapids will be ready.
Holding on the offense.
So we've got about a minute 40 left here in this fourth quarter. So we're going to wrap it up here. Post game, we're going to look to try and grab Coach Nate Hose, get his kind of honest assessment of this performance and see where his focus goes into leading to next week. So tune in for that. That interview will drop on the Strawboro Sports Show Instagram page and Facebook. And we appreciate you, Meech. Yes, we will be streaming next week. The Strawboro Sports Show will be live for every Rapids game, so we'll be traveling on the road with them to Cleveland as the Ravens will run the ball there and get tackled in the backfield. Ravens pretty much kind of wrapping this game up themselves, respectfully as well. Respectfully, of course.
Always respectfully.
Yep, and unfortunately, Danny, got to keep it clean in the comment section, unfortunately. YouTube will get you there.
Time out.
But we appreciate you checking in. We appreciate you watching and commenting either way. So, just under a minute here for the Rapids. Drew, what are your final thoughts?
I think my final thoughts is you kind of hit a really good team on a day where you didn't come at your best.
Yes.
And I think while that could have spiraled out of control, you could have seen a lot of fighting, you could have seen a lot of ejections, unhappy players.
Yes.
You saw a team own up to basically the beatdown that they got.
Yeah.
And say, we recognize this. We're ready to work hard coming into next week because we know that's when the games start to matter. And I think that sideline jawing or that sideline comment, honestly, I think is a great spin because you show how dedicated these guys are to now being great even in some adversity.
Absolutely. as the Ravens are going to. Oh, the Ravens are going to punt away. It looked like they were going to call a penalty there. Rapids are going to return that at about the 20. It'll be tackled at about the 18-yard line. There is a flag down. As I said, I thought there was a jump. Does appear that there was. All right. So Rapids offense will take over with about 40 seconds left here. Once again, we want to give all of you a shout out for checking in with us on the Starbro Sports Show YouTube page. If you haven't already, click subscribe. Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page, the one-stop shop for everything Strawbro Sports Show, Rapids interviews, podcasts as well when we do get back to doing the podcast, little bro. And our Rapids broadcast as well. First down here for the Rapids offense. It's like Dallas Huco in at quarterback. Dallas is going to drop back, and he's going to sling it to the outside, looking for his wide receiver. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Sean Smith Jr. on the play. As we try to have the clock thing, but unfortunately we're having some minor clock issues. It's all good. As we wrap up here. Second down here. They said Dallas Huco in at quarterback. Oh, and he's going to be stripped, and he's going to be sacked. And it looks like... Yep, it looks like the Ravens are going to have that ball. They're going to pick up that ball. That'll pretty much do it here as the clock continues to run and expire here at the University of Akron Infocision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field. That'll do it. Detroit Ravens 53, Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 0.
That's our game, everyone.
And that'll do it. So, bro,
Our final score.
not a great showing for the Rapids.
53,
However,
Rapids 0.
that does it for the end of
Thank you to all
preseason.
the fans who came.
Now it's time to restart. It's time to reset. And it's time to get ready for week 1.
Absolutely. It's a massive game against the Cleveland Cobras. I know they're a new team, but it's got to be a rivalry at this point with teams being so close together. It is going to be an electric atmosphere. Both teams are going to be going at it. I am excited.
Absolutely. And not just that. A lot of these guys have played with each other, have played on the same teams, have played and had snaps together. So they're familiar with each other. As I said, there was some John in the stands. Got a couple of guys paid their hard-earned money to come watch us play. And we will see. So that'll wrap it up for us here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. We really, really, truly appreciate all of you who have joined us today. We did a lot of good numbers here, and we appreciate all of you who have commented and been watching, sharing all of the like. For my younger brother, Drew, I am Ken Straub. That'll do it for us here on the Rapids broadcast on the Strawbro Sports Show.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sports.